EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Orchard here with your outlook for August 13th, 2020. For your Thursday, not too much different from what we saw on Wednesday in terms of the coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms and the areas that it will occur. There will be a little bit of a difference, though, actually a couple differences today, in that we'll see a lot less in the way of sunshine. We'll see a mostly cloudy start across the region, and there could be a few peaks of sun in a few areas, and if that were to occur, obviously it's going to be further north away from this frontal boundary. But further south, you're going to be dealing with the clouds early on and not really recover as those scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to continue. They're basically going to be in the same general areas we saw yesterday, unfortunately, because those areas could get a break. Some areas got away with very little, and others got a lot of rain from storms that really weren't moving. Now, the storm motions today will be a little bit faster, so we're not dealing with the under 5 mile per hour or near stalled storm effect like we had yesterday. We'll be moving a little bit, but you could be dealing with training storms a little bit more today as a result of that. So, in other words, one after another. And generally, over the same areas. The global models have it down here. Yesterday's frontal boundary that I drew kind of was draped over the region like this and went up like that. That was where the frontal boundary was yesterday. Today, I'm just going to draw right over top of this. It's going to be kind of flat like this, goes up and over by West Virginia, up and over West Virginia, and then it dips down a little bit further south like this. Okay, so I don't want to confuse anybody there, but that's going to be just showing you it does move down a little bit further south than it did yesterday, but the result is generally going to be the same. And we get over the NAM high-res future simulated radar, and you can see where that's occurring. And again, this is diurnally driven stuff here, so it's going to pop up when the best heating of the day occurs, which is not going to be as warm as yesterday because of that limited amount of sun. So we're going to be a little bit cooler today. Not cool, but cooler. So instead of near 90, we're talking about temperatures and generally in the 84, 85 degree range. Okay, except further north where you're going to have more sun, you'll have temperatures still reaching the mid to upper 80s. Now, the activity is going to start in the afternoon and continue through early evening, just like we saw yesterday. And you see that popping up here. Not as much coverage today. I'm not expecting as much coverage today as we saw yesterday. But it will be in those same general areas, and they could be training over the same areas. You can see this going through the afternoon and early evening. It's loving southeastern PA and internal southern New Jersey here for a second straight day. A little less coverage down here in the Baltimore-Washington area, but still these scattered storms are going to be around, and you'll have the opportunity for locally heavy rainfall with any of these storms. They're not from necessarily moving too slow, but you'll have the same training effect here where you have one after another possible as we get through the course of the afternoon and evening. But further north, again, isolated in the middle here, and up north here, probably nothing today again. So it's going to be very similar in that regard to what we saw here on Wednesday. When we get to Friday, we have more scattered activity here that's going to come in later in the day, and this might actually reach a little bit further north this time, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there because we have a couple days of this before this front completely pushes to the south. We're not really in the clear. The NAM is suggesting that. The global model is suggesting that Friday looks a lot better across the region as their front now, instead of being sitting here like this today, is now going to be a little bit further south to the North Carolina-Virginia border, very close to it. So that might move some of this activity a little bit further south than the NAM has it. But we'll detail that a little bit better once we get to tomorrow's video and deal with that, because we have enough to deal with today with those thunderstorms. Now, moving ahead from this, it does look like Saturday remains dry. Okay, we're going to have that boundary off to our south, so we are looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies, though, because the boundary is still kind of just meandering down here. And at the same time, you have high pressure that's sitting up here over Maine, and you're going to still have an easterly fetch. And because of that, you're not going to have just a partly cloudy day. You're going to have partly to mostly cloudy conditions across the region, and probably more cloudy closer to the shore points because of that easterly onshore fetch of wind that's going to keep the cloud cover here at the ocean point. So that's what we're dealing with on Saturday. Now we get to beyond that, and we get to Sunday. European model is not thrilled with any activity here at all on Sunday, but I'm a little skeptical of that because, and especially the GFS is looking at this on Sunday, which is completely different, and it has a system moving off to the north that drags at one front through the region and low pressure enhancing along the boundary. Not entirely certain how Sunday's going to play out just yet, but we do have a chance for PM showers going into the overnight on Sunday. But with this uncertainty, with the models not agreeing whatsoever on how this weekend plays out, big difference between Sunday looking like this and like this. Okay, so that's the European and GFS. Some other models here showing siding with the European model. Some are siding with the GFS, so we'll just have to wait and see. It's really a toss-up at this point. But at least allow for the possibility that we're going to have rain here on Sunday as well, so the entire weekend might not be as dry as originally thought, but we're not there to make a definitive call just yet. So just check back with us. We'll have that updated information as we get through time. But they do both agree that Monday should start turning partly cloudy, and then we have partly to mostly sunny skies here on Tuesday and dry here on Wednesday as well. So we should have a couple days to recover if there is rain again on Sunday along that warm front and with possible low pressure enhancement. Again, details will be ironed out in the next couple days once these models start converging on a solution. Right now they're a little bit far apart to make a true and definitive call. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for August 13th, 2020. Have a great Thursday.